Right, you'd normally do this with like a whole chicken, yeah, and then you'd slice into, well, this is, you slice right into it like this, all the way down the legs and everything. But I've just got the crown.
Are you gonna tell him what we're doing?
Yeah, because the thing is, right, is like, oh yeah, this is jerk chicken. Sorry, we'll leave it at that. So this is the jerk chicken from the marinade we made earlier, right? So you normally use a full chicken, like I say, but I've just got the crown for the reason being is we ain't even got an oven. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it as if it was jerk chicken, and then kind of turn that into like my Caribbean beef recipe. I'm going to
use the sauce.
Yeah, use the sauce from that to cook in the slow cooker because it's the only option I've got. I'm just adapting it, see how it turns out. So what we'd normally do is you'd be slice right into it like this. I think this is where the jerk comes from, I believe, because you're jerking your knife through it. Do you know what I mean? Something like that, anyway. So let's slice into the just keep slicing into it deep, all the way through. You know what I mean?
Perhaps they called it that because they saw us doing it in the future and thought you're a pair of jerks.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we ain't got an oven though, but I love this recipe and I miss it so much from home. So it's like, what can we do? Do you know what I mean? You've got to try and like roll with what you've got, ain't you? So anyway, let me just pause that and put it on a plate, and then I'm going to bang this on it, right? Okay, just 1 minute, I'll be back to you. Right, so here we go then. I've just got it on a plate for this simple reason.
If you've got gloves,
you want to be doing it,
because it stains.
I'm going to end up getting my fingers into this in a second. So basically, you just want to get this all over it and into it. If you can leave it overnight, right, that's even better. Because like I say, pretend this was a full chicken, for example, and you just do this to it, get all this into it, and then you would like just blast that into an oven. You know what I mean?
Spatchcock it and roast it.
Or even just leave it as a whole chicken, however you would like to do it. And then this turns out lovely. But I ain't even got an oven, so I've got to adapt, right, guys? And that's all there is to it. So I'm just gonna finish off doing this, and I'll get back to you. Yeah. Right then, so I've got all my jerk in all these gaps. Look, lovely. Just pretend this was a whole chicken, and then now you would simply put that in the oven and roast it. And believe me, right, like if you just leave it for a little while, this comes out and it is beautiful. And you know what? I want an oven so bad now. I need an oven because I just want to put it in an oven, but I've got to adapt it, like I say, to I don't know, to work with what I've got, So just freestyle this one. So anyway,
it might turn out better. We don't know.
Yeah, who knows, eh? So I'll come back to you soon with how I'm gonna, manage.
Put the sauce in.
Yeah. All right. See you in a bit. Bye now. Right, I need to have some type of sauce to cook that chicken in this, don't I? To kind of like boil it, like casserole it a bit. So it's like I'm just working with what I've got here. So what I'm going to go with here is I'm trying not to change the taste too much because I want that jerk taste. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to throw in a tin of tomatoes, bit of chili, bit of chili powder. I've got 1.5 onions, I'm just going to roughly chop up. I've got some coconut powder at home. You'd use cream of coconut, comes in a block. You use about half a block. I'm just going to throw about half a bag of this coconut powder in. I've never used it before, but let's just working with what we've got here. I'm probably just going to go with, because these peppers are big, I'm just going to go with probably half a green pepper, half a red pepper, a bit of salt, and a bit of sugar if I need it. And I'm going to try and keep the liquid obviously to a minimum, but I need something in there to like boil and steam the casserole, that chicken. So yeah, I'll chop all that up and I'll come back to you. Let's see what happens. Right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm really not bothered about the sauce or anything. I just need to cook this chicken somehow with what I've got. So I'm going to go like with a tin of tomatoes. Throw that in. Man, I might need 2 tins looking at that. I don't know. Give that a little rinse out in a second. Tin of tomatoes like so. I'm going to fire in half a bag of this coconut powder. Get in plenty of coconut powder. Yeah, it's probably half a bag or something. Let me just get my wooden spoon so I'm not scratching me bowl. Right, give that a little mix up. Might need to put a bit of water in with this, Joe. To be honest.
Yeah, should we rinse out the tomato.
Yeah.
Well, back in a sec. We're just going to rinse out the tin of tomatoes.
Get a bit of water
Get a
ready.
bit of water, and we'll come back to you.
Right, so I've got that. Just rinse my tin of tomatoes into it. Oh, throw it up the wall, why don't you?
One of them days today.
Yeah. So I'm going with a bit of chili powder. Not mental, because this is like really hot, this stuff is. So I'm just going touch of chili powder. Mix that up nicely. I mean, all I want is just some liquid around this chicken, you know, to get it, to cook it. So just see how we go. Just get that and mix up. Right, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put this chicken in there. Let's leave that whole. I mean, I wish I had an oven. Just roast that. Oh, lovely, brilliant. So let's just put that in there. May as well tip in that juice as well, Anna. Get rid of that. Pop that there, and fill it up around it with my onions and peppers. Oh, it's just sorry about that. Keep forgetting about the camera. Yeah. Get onions and peppers in all around it. Try to shear it out a little bit. Oh yeah, that's covering it, isn't it? I think that's gonna be in. That's gonna be out. Oh, I best find that in a minute. Drop some. Right, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. It's fairly full now, yeah. And I'm just going to stick the lid on that and then cook that for, I don't know, about an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. Just nice. So yeah, come back to you soon when I've got it going and bubbled up.
We'll show you halfway and see how it.
Let's see what it turns out like.
Do you know?
See it? I forgot. I put a teaspoon of salt in it, and I'm going to put, like, you know, basically a couple of tablespoons full of sugar into it as well, just to like sweeten it up. I mean, yeah, like I said before, I'm not too bothered about the sauce. Should have mixed all that round in the first place. I'm more interested in this chicken. So I've got about good 2 tablespoons of sugar and a teaspoonful of salt into that as well. Right, there we go. I'll get it going and we'll come back to you. I think this worked out quite well. It's like, you know, it's bubbling away, look. I think it's about cooked. Do you know what I mean? Just need to check it out. The sauce is like really nice as it goes. But yeah, so I probably will have some of that. I reckon we're about cooked in there, and the jerk's still in there. So I'm gonna get it out in a minute and chop it in half. We'll have another look in a minute. I'll show you in a sec. Right, back soon. Well, it turned out okay. I mean, I'm simply just gonna whop this in half for me and Jodie, and that's that. But there you go, it worked out, and I think looking at it, the sauce turned out is really nice. The sauce is. I'm going to thicken that up and so on and so forth. If you want to know how to make the jerk marinade, then check out my other video. I'll leave a link in the bottom to it. Anyway, there you go, jerk chicken with a little bit of a twist, eh? So we didn't have an oven.
See you later.
See ya.